From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Jenkins, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Monday, April 29th. We begin with pro-Palestinian protest at IU Bloomington. Administrators are defending their response to the protest that escalated late last week. In a statement, IU President Pamela Whitten said, "Our university must create space for meaningful dialogue while ensuring that our campus is safe and welcoming to all, and that peaceful protest, as many experience today, symbolizes our steadfastness to the free expression of ideas." Critics of IU say they attempted to protest peacefully, but that it was interrupted by state police. On Saturday, they made another 23 arrests on the Bloomington campus. Mayor Carrie Thompson says Bloomington City Police will not be involved in any future advancement of protesters on campus. We now know the identity of a man killed in a police shooting in Allen County. State police say 37-year-old Robert Vacina was killed in the Saturday night shooting. Police say he attacked two officers with a knife as police responded to a domestic battery call in New Haven. Police say they then shot at the suspect and he died at the scene. Officers involved are on administrative leave. That is standard procedure. In Boone County, 2 young people have been detained after police say they stabbed another young person in the back. It happened just after 4:15 yesterday afternoon on North Pearl Street and County Road 650 in Thorntown. The Boone County Sheriff's Office says the victims' injuries are not life-threatening. The Sheriff's Office did not release the ages of those involved and did not say what led up to the incident. A pair of projects in Westfield is part of an effort to make the Monon Trail safer for pedestrians and cyclists. The city is working on a trail bridge over 191st Street and a pedestrian tunnel under 161st Street. The mayor of Westfield says the 2 intersections are dangerous for pedestrians.
That's probably our most dangerous intersection in our city. Due to the elevation changes of coming up to that intersection, got a lot of blind spots, similar situation where it's heavy vegetation and pedestrians don't have visibility of the road until they get right up on it.
The mayor says construction on 161st Street is set to begin soon. The 191st Street project is still in the design phase and is not set to begin until April 2025. Let's talk sports. The Indiana Pacers are just 1 win away from their first playoff series victory in 10 years. The Pacers beat the Milwaukee Bucks 126-113 in Game 4 of their first-round playoff series. Angela Morian reports.
Miles Turner takeover and the Pacers' 13-point win over the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 4 here at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Turner was dominant inside out. He was played with power, shot with confidence, and had a game-high 29 points. Even shattered his postseason record, making 7 threes. Point guard Tyrese Halliburton said the team sat down and said after the Game 1 loss, we have to dictate the pace against the Bucks. That means playing fast, making threes. That's exactly what this Pacers team did.
I think people know on makes, on misses, we're pushing the ball, and I think that that's important for us. So we've kind of got back to that in the last 3 games, and in a world, in a league that says, oh, you can't play fast in the playoffs, we don't really believe in that. We're going to be who we are and put our identity and our imprint on every game.
Well, I think after that first game, we watched a lot of film and just saw, some of the holes in the defense and realized that there were open spots, for us to exploit. So a lot of it for me is just read and react, which is pretty much what our offense is.
When you're in a playoff series, when you win, your celebrations got to be pretty short, and you got to keep focusing. So that'll be our task. And then Tuesday, I have an idea of what's coming then as far as, their crowd and everything.
The Pacers' 22 threes, a franchise postseason best. The Blue and Gold now go up in the series 3-1. Never in franchise history have the Pacers lost a series being up 3-1. Likewise, the Bucks have never won a series being down 1-3. Next game, Tuesday. We'll have you covered in Milwaukee. For now in Gainbridge Fieldhouse, I'm Angela Morian for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
When it comes to the weather, Storm Track 8 says it will be a warm and humid start to the week. Meteorologist Marcus Bailey has your News 8 Daily 8 forecast.
Although the good news is no severe weather expected. But if you got kiddos that have practices and games, you're going to have to keep an eye on radar here coming up a little bit later this afternoon. I do think the morning drive is going to be okay. 66 right now. Winds are out of the south at 11 after a very Very warm weekend. Had a couple of days in 80s. Hopefully you're able to get out and enjoy it. Mid to upper 60s is where we begin our day off with now. We were around 70 degrees just an hour ago down around Evansville. Now slipping into the upper 60s, but still very mild. Radar is active. You can see on Storm Tracker, locally we're okay. We do have some downpours crossing over the state line in Benton and Warren counties. Maybe a few sprinkles in western portions of the state, closer to Danville, Illinois here. But you can see there's a big band of rain in central and eastern Illinois. It's outrunning this cold front, and the expectation is, at least initially, this band does fall apart as it continues to march east. Here's Futurecast hour by hour. 9 a.m., you can see it's having a real tough time holding together and crossing over into the state. There's still a lot of dry air in place over us now, but I think as we get deeper into the day, this is at noon, and then mid to late afternoon, the air becomes a bit more saturated. It can support more widespread rain chances, and so as we get closer to dinner time and after, that's at 9 p.m., that's a pretty wet look across much of central Indiana. So be prepared for rain, but I do think there's going to be a lot of dry time for much of the day today. 71 at noon. We'll go with a high of 74 later today. Cooler than the weekend, but still well above average for this time of year. Coming up, we're going to talk about some pretty warm air. Warmer than what we even had for the weekend, potentially. We may have some storm chances as we gear up for a very busy weekend here in central Indiana. We'll break that down in my 8-day forecast coming your way in just a few minutes.
To get a peek at the full forecast, just head over to wishtv.com, or you can download the Wish TV Storm Track 8 app. And don't forget to check out our Storm Track 8 weather blogs. The original farmers market will start its season this week in Indianapolis. It's anticipated to open every Wednesday during lunchtime until fall. News 8's Hernan Gutierrez reports.
It is new for this year. It is on the southwest quadrant of Monument Circle due to some changes happening at the city market. Here to tell us a little bit more about what's going on for the original farmers market is Max. He is with Downtown Indy Inc. Good morning. Thanks for being here. And first of all, tell us a little bit about the changes. There's renovations happening at City Market, so you guys kind of had to move. That's right. So why the circle, and kind of what should people look forward to this season?
Yeah, so the original farmers market's returning this Wednesday, May 1st. Ongoing renovations at City Market, like you said. As we were pivoting for the 2024 season, we thought, what a more iconic location than Monument Circle. It's a prime place to have it. There's so many unique programming opportunities happening here during the summer already, so it just kind of adds to that vibrancy.
Tell us a little bit more about what people could expect this season. Yeah. A lot of the same vendors. Is there different vendors coming? Added vendors? Kind of. What does that look like?
Yeah, so fresh produce, meats and cheeses. We'll have herbs and spices, baked goods. The other cool thing is we'll have City Market eateries participating and other vendors for a variety of lunch options. So, we really want to engage that downtown workforce during those peak lunch hours. So it's a great opportunity for them to come out, as well as friends and family, and take in that vibe of the circle. Yeah.
Max, thanks for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it. I know we'll be checking in all morning long for a little bit more about what to expect this season. Again, the original farmers market runs Wednesdays to the fall. It starts at 10 and runs to about 1:30 in the afternoon every Wednesday. Reporting downtown, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This has been your News 8 Daily 8 podcast for Monday, April 29th. I'm Jeremy Jenkins for Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.